Hello world, and in this video I would like to show you how you can do web scraping with absolutely no coding. Yes, it can be very easy. Actually, in order to get some content from the web page, it's enough to send a simple HTTP post request and provide a body with the CSS selectors of elements you're interested in. For demo purposes, I'm gonna use Postman to actually send HTTP request. And for our service, I'm gonna use Proxybot, which is basically like a proxy service, but they also have this web scraping feature that I would like to show you. So if we'll navigate to documentation, and then there will be web scraping section, and it's basically showing how we can use the service. We just need to send a HTTP request through Proxybot, and then we need to specify URL of our target website that we would like to get some content from, right? And a body request, we need to specify array of CSS selectors. CSS selector will be used to target specific element on the page, and then you need to specify what kind of value you want to get out of this element. It can be text, it can be HTML, it can be attribute, but I'll show you a few examples. So let's try to actually go to this website called books2scrap.com, and it's a simple playground for web scraping, right? And let's try to open DevTools. We'll need that in order to get CSS selectors of the elements. And for now, let's try to, for example, get just title of each book on this page, right? Sounds like simple task. So what we need to do is to grab the URL here, and we'll need to replace the URL without our URL, and we'll also need the body example here. So since it's a post request, we'll need to specify body, and should be JSON. So we're just gonna put it here. We go back to books page, and first we need to find the selector of our element. So let's do that. You can when you open DevTools, you have this arrow icon, and then you can just hover over elements, and then you will see the basically like CSS classes for them. So if we'll go here, we'll see that okay, the article with the class product_pod sounds like a good candidate for us. So let's go to Postman and write that we're interested in we're interested in article with a class products_pod, and we're interested in title, so we need to find this title. Let's see, where is it? Okay, looks like it's inside h3, so we're gonna put h3, and then we would like to have text, so we'll not make any changes here. Oh, we forgot to specify our URL, so I'm just gonna replace it here, and then I'm gonna send the request. One thing I realized that different requests will take different time to respond. You see, now it took maybe like, I don't know, 3-4 seconds, but it might be response might come immediately, or it might take like 5, I think up to maybe 10 seconds in worst case, but it's because service every request is sent through random proxy server, so that's why it can be slow sometimes. But now we can see that we got all the book titles from this page, so it's super cool. Let's try to do something different. Let's try to maybe grab, you see here we have a link, so it's also inside h3, so let's try to get the actual value of these links. So we'll specify a, and here we're interested in attribute, right? So we're gonna write attribute, but when we write attribute, we need to specify what kind of attribute, because, you know, it can be different. If we look at our example, you know, this href, even this a tag has like href attribute and also title attribute. So since our link is inside href, we're just gonna put it here, and let's send the request and see what we get back. Yeah, let's see how long this time it will take, because sometimes it's like super fast and sometimes it's taking yeah, a little bit longer. Hopefully we didn't make any mistakes in our CSS selector. Another thing is that, yeah, we got all the links back, but I'm just curious what proxy server it used. Anyways, but you get the point. You can get all the values from the elements. However, it's not that useful to get these values separately, you know, like link separately, title separately. I would like to get, let's say, back array of old books with all the values inside, like book title, book image, book link, and maybe price, right? And I also found it's possible to do if you go back to documentation, and then there'll be get multiple items from element, and then there'll be example. It's basically you need to specify CSS selector, and then you need to say JSON, and then you need to provide an array of selectors, and here inside each selector you can say return as and then you provide a property name. I already prepared the selectors, so if we'll just go back here in our body, so I'll just explain. We're still selecting our article, our book, each book on the page, and then we're selecting, as you remember, h3 for title, and we're saying get back text and return it as a title. Then we're selecting price, and we're saying return it as a price, and we do the same with the image and link. So we're just targeting image, we're getting attribute source, and for link we're getting href attribute back. So let's send request and see what we're getting back. Okay, so you see that it's sending you back your selectors original extract object, but it's also updating data. And now you can see that it contains array of all the books, and then they have more like useful for us format or structure. It's basically like a JSON object, so you can just grab it and format it if you would like, or save it in your database and then and use it somehow, right? So this feature for me is like my personally favorite. I use it pretty often, right? There's one more thing I would like to tell you, because it's pretty easy with this type of website, because if you I'll demonstrate you. If we're gonna send the get request to this page, we will actually get the all HTML back, right? But it's not always like that. Nowadays, modern websites are built with the JavaScript frameworks like React or Angular. So if you simply send a get request from your server, you will not get HTML back. And I'll demonstrate how it's working. So there's also another web scraping playground, but it's built with Angular. And if we're gonna send the request to this website, we'll get back only some links to scripts and no actual content. And in this case, you can obviously yeah, in this case you basically can't do web scraping because there is no HTML For that case, you can also use this proxy bot. You can specify the basic problem is that you need to have a browser. For example, here when you're opening this website in your browser, there's browser environment that will actually execute this JavaScript and render the content, and here on the server you don't have it. So that's why we need to simulate this browser environment, and the proxy bot basically also allows you to do it. So we'll grab our link here, we'll put it instead of our URL, and we will also specify additional URL param render.js equals true, and I'm gonna send request, and now we should get back actual HTML of this page. You see, it's already taking longer because it's I guess it's trying to virtually run the browser, and now you can see you get all the content back, which is pretty cool. So now you can do actual web scraping. So yeah, guys, as you can see, the web scraping can be pretty simple. Okay, of course it's very basic example, right? But it still allows you to extract some data from the website, and with the almost no effort. So for simple basic use cases, I think it's really cool. So yeah, I think it's everything I wanted to show you. I hope it was like really interesting or useful for you. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. Just write down in a comment section, and I'll try to answer you. Otherwise, have a nice day and see you later. Bye.